Alright, what's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is entitled A Culture Searching for Feeling. I might change the name, but whatever. What I'm speaking about is we live in an age where it seems like everybody's like searching for the meaning of life and the meaning and a purpose because they don't have a genuine feeling, like nothing makes them feel alive, right? And it seems like people don't know why they lost their feeling or their soul. And I think I got a handle on why. Entitlement. People are spoiled. Like, think about soul and feeling, right? We're in an era where people have gotten so materialistic because they were spoiled. They don't have feeling. The material's not going to make you happy. People been saying that money don't buy happiness, but people don't want to listen, Oh, if I got a Benz, it would change my life. No, it wouldn't. People feel like the work you put into to get a relationship, to grow a relationship, and to maintain a relationship is too much. And I'm not just talking about, I'm talking about friendships, family and all that other stuff. But because they have options, they have social media options, right? They have internet options. So now you're looking for validation and approval, a pat on the back, somebody to tell you you're great, and you're ignoring the reality. So now you're searching for a feeling that's right in front of your face most of the time. See, back in the day, feeling and soul came from experience and living. I'm going to use music as a reference. People lived and they sung about it. They sung about their experience, their life. And they sung with soul. They sang songs with feeling. The emotion was in the record. The highs and lows were in the record. The soul of the person in the moment emanated from that record to your ears, to your hearts, and touch your emotions, because you lived the life and it touched your experiences, and you knew the feeling. You connected with the feeling. But over time, and the way people sung the songs and their mannerisms were because that's how they felt. Everybody had a different way to express themselves. This was that was a particular artist. And the particular artist would do like this. Particular artist, they had their own little, they were in touch and in tune with who they were, and they were comfortable in their own skin. But now, you at a time where people watch people from the past. And now this is how they did it. Ooh, they so soulful. No, you're not. You don't got your, you're not even true to yourself. You watch somebody in the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, and the 60s on clips, and now you got on a stage in front of people, and you and everybody like, yeah, ooh, they really feeling it. No, they're not. Those movements came from an experience, and you was getting that feeling out. Y'all just emulated the move without the feeling. Watch. Pay attention. Message. Uh, that's what y'all emulating joy and pain, and you're not living it in your real life. Just like when I'm talking about singers from today and singers from the past. See, you going through the motions of publicly looking like you're living, but you're not. And you're emulating what joy looks like, but you don't feel it because you don't have it. Because joy, you have to experience pain to appreciate joy. You have to experience joy in order to understand the contrast with the pain. You know, the thrill of victory comes from the agony of defeat. That the moment of realizing your dream comes from the moments where it was just a dream and you had to make it real. But people are searching for a feeling because guess what? Making my dream a reality, too much work. So I'm going to just make it look like I'm taking that journey when I'm not really taking that journey. I'm going to make it look like people were actually telling me I couldn't do it and can't make it, when you weren't really in the atmosphere around the people who would be your naysayers, because you were spoiled to the point where I just don't want to be in the company of people who don't think I'm the greatest thing ever because it'll hurt my feelings. And which is another problem, which people are searching for feelings. You never had real feelings. You circumvented life and life experience because you put yourself on a pedestal to the point where if you shunned anything that could actually hurt your feelings or you thought would hurt your feelings, and so you also shunned the things that would inspire you to be a better person. So now you got people living in paralysis of analysis, stuck in arrested development as far as growth is concerned. And they're searching for a feeling because if you say the right words that inspire me, I'm gonna get off this couch and I'm gonna make something of my life. Instead of wanting to be successful and wanting to be rich and famous and here's the crazy part about it. Let me get into that feeling of that, a feeling of success. Some people who actually wanted to be successful and feel successful, you got to ask yourself, their feeling was, man, I just want to be on the radio, or I just want to reach this, achieve this goal. I just want to have that moment where it all comes true. I just want to reach the mountaintop, right? Per se, that I have in my mind. And some people don't realize the goal ain't necessarily about money, fame, accolades. The goal is about actually getting to that place that you can say, wow, I did it. Wow. And sometimes you lack the feeling and you're searching for meaning in life because you can't appreciate what you've accomplished. See, if the world doesn't pat you on your back and tell you you're the greatest at it, all of a sudden it doesn't exist to you. When that couldn't be further from the truth. A success is creating something in your mind and making it real in real life. That's success. The work it takes, the emotions that you go through during the process, the angst, the fear, the doubt, the resolve, the the self confidence, you know, the just the sheer will. When everything comes to fruition, it's like, yeah, I did it. But see, a lot of times people want more than what they actually say they want. It ain't good enough, and that's the problem. People don't participate in life if they don't feel like they're gonna get the desired response they have in their mind. You gotta understand something. It's more so about the journey than it is about the moment. You're only gonna have that moment is only gonna be a moment, you know. But people forget that. You know, people want like it's just like wanting a wedding, but not wanting a marriage. You had the moment was the wedding, but when it's time to be married, which is the real thing, I don't want that. I just wanted people to, and I think people are searching for meaning because in life they just want the spectacle of the wedding. They don't want the responsibility of the commitment, you know. And when you don't have responsibility and a commitment to something, guess what happens to it? It's dead. You're just going through the motions. And a lot of people, that's why a lot of people out here looking for excitement because they want other people, they're so lazy with their own lives. They want other people around them to be responsible for their happiness and their excitement because they won't do it themselves. Because God forbid it might not be the way they thought it up in their mind, or they feel like, you know, their dreams are just not really that deep, you know. So you out here searching for meaning because, you know, and you got to look at it. There's a lot of empty people in the world because of this. You know, you got people out here thinking that they put on certain clothes that makes them happy. They don't have the clothes, doesn't make them happy. You gotta have if you live a certain lifestyle, that'll make you happy. If you don't live a certain lifestyle, you feel like you're a failure. You know, if you eat this kind of food, you feel like a king. If you don't eat that kind of food, you feel like a pauper, a peasant. You know what I'm saying? It's like, But what happened to eating a meal with people who you love and respect? See, that's where the feeling comes from. We happen to have people that you can laugh with, joke with, people that actually hold you and be there for you, put their hand on your shoulder when you're crying, when life throws you pain. You know, everybody wants to be great, but only in your mind. See, that's what separates success and failure. Successful people just like, look, man, I'm gonna get ridiculed regardless, but I'm gonna do me. People out here doing, you know, really not necessarily putting their mark on the world or making an impact to the world. They're actually actively trying to be what they wanted to be in their mind as a child. And you got other people who are adults who just are armchair haters because they're too afraid to get off their behinds and actively do them. There's nothing anybody can say to you or do to you that can make you feel in a way that it can inspire you in a way to get off your butt and do it. You have to be inspired internally. And people are taking advantage of the fact that most people aren't inspired. That's why you see a lot of people selling inspiration and selling feelings, because people already know that most of society is deprived from emotion and feeling. Because, like I said before, a lot of people, we were too spoiled, and too entitled to put in the work to have something to draw from that make that makes that emotion palatable and able to be expressed and understood with other people. Uh, I'm out. I'm out. We done. Peace.